open this thing. Come on. I better mess of that. Now we got to find the scoop, and we are ready to rock and roll.
Like, do you want to do it, or you actually plan it?
Yeah. Still too much coffee in there for me.
Really?
Yeah, it's the taste that goes down the back of my tongue. I'm like
like
that
it?
bitter bit of coffee. It's better than I normally have, because I smell it and I'm like, nah, not having it. It's the nicest coffee I've had, if that helps. If that helps. It's the nicest one I've had, genuinely. I've already had 200 milligrams this morning, and I bet to have another 200 here. So just start warming up. With today's session is something that I think often gets overlooked with training, and people who want to compete and they want to go a little bit further, is like managing your volume and managing your intensity through like the course of a block, or even on a week by week. And that's where I think RPE is like so important to get into your training. So today, for example, we've got back squats, we've got 5x5, but it's an RPE 7. So if you don't know what RPE is, rate of perceived exertion, and it's on a scale of 1 to 10. So a 7 for me means it's a challenging weight, but take a back squat, for example, I shouldn't be getting pinned at the bottom of any of them. There shouldn't be any grindy reps. They should be smooth reps that I can complete at a challenging weight, but I'm not gonna get anywhere close to failing. The reason that's important, and the reason that managing that intensity is important, is I've just come off the back of a big back squat and front squat cycle, PB'd my front squat by about 10 kilos. If I then come into this week and my intensity levels are like way back up to like 9, 10, and I keep doing that, I'm gonna burn out, I'm gonna get injured, and I'm not gonna be able to stick to my training. By using RPE, that means that I can drop the intensity based on how I'm feeling today. So rather than have to do 5x5 back squats at 125 kilos, for example, today I might have woken up after not sleeping very well, I might not have eaten properly, and that 125 might actually feel like an RPE 9 or 10. It might feel really, really intense. But by programming it with an RPE 7, that means I've come in today, and whatever weight is on that bar that feels like an RPE 7, then that's the weight I'm going to perform it at, and that's going to keep my intensity down. So there is a time and a place for RPE to help manage the intensity of your training, and to make sure that everything you're doing and everything that you're building up towards is progressing the right way, and we're not getting towards that point of burning out or getting injured. So if you're not using RPE, I highly recommend getting that in for at least your big lifts when we come up towards the end of a cycle, or we're starting into a new block. Okay, so this is first working set 3 at this weight, which is 96 kilos. Next one, 2 at 225, 102 kilos. And then 3 singles at 110. Okay, so we're up to working weight, which is going to be 110. So we've got 3 singles. I'm going to do these every kind of minute 15, just to give myself enough rest. And like the intention for me on all 3 of these is like to make the setup look the same, to execute it, and to really work on that catch position and dropping a little bit lower, so that I don't starfish out like Patrick from SpongeBob. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Bear in mind that this is like 90 to 95%. I actually feel pretty good with how these are feeling at the moment. I did recently PB my squat clean, so I reckon soon I can PB this power clean. I'd love to have a 130 power clean. That's got to be the aim. Okay then, so that last one was not my favourite. Starfish way too much. I think I'm maybe a little bit fatigued, but the first 2 I was happy with. The jump was good, the catch was good. Just that last one felt like a lazy pull, but it's fine. Like I said, it's like 95%, so we take it and we go from there. So we're going to go into clean pulls now. So all of these are at 100% or above, which is obviously a challenge, but that's what we want, just getting used to those heavier weights, so that when we come to retest the clean, like that pull off the floor nothing's going to surprise me. The weights I've already done, I've already pulled from the floor, and it's just kind of working from there. So that's all the strength I've done for now. So I've done back squats, hit 5x5, keeping that at RPE low, and then loaded up the volume and intensity on both the cleans and the clean pulls. So that's what I was talking about at the start, about balance and everything. So we dropped the RPE and the intensity on the back squats. We still got the movement in, we still hit some good reps, but then we increased it again for the power cleans and the clean pulls. So if all of that had been at like a high intensity, then I'm going to start struggling towards the end of the week. But by managing that and keeping the RPE lower after coming off a squat cycle, it just means I can manage the volume and intensity across the session. I've got some gymnastics to do now. I've got a bike piece, which I'm not going to bore you with, just some wattage work, just going for some intervals. So that is the end of this video. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next video.